frigid January early morning flight landed me in Denver just after sunrise. My connecting flight to Albuquerque required extensive de-icing before we could fly on. Turns out I had chosen the coldest stretch of weather that winter, and temperatures where I was going to stay near Albuquerque were going to be well below normal. After landing in Albuquerque, I quickly got my first two birds in the form of grackle and pigeon. My first destination was Cibola National Forest, where I would drive a windy road all the way up to Sandia Crest, one of the only places where you can find all three Rosy-finch species in one place. Both black and gray-crowned Rosy-finches would be lifers for me. Upon arrival, I checked the temperature on my car and it was a frigid 9 degrees. At least the sun was shining, and that made it feel a little better while I spent hours watching the feeder where these birds are known to show up. The feeder was busy with birds like these pine siskins, gray-headed and Oregon juncos, mountain chickadee, and hairy woodpecker. After a long wait, a small flock of Rosy-finches arrived and circled the feeders in the air. They came back and circled again, and eventually they lighted on the feeders. However, it was so cold my camera battery had failed. I was able to make out both gray-crowned and black Rosy-finches, including the Hepburn's race of gray-crowned Rosy-finch. I finished off the day with an evening walk into Cienega Canyon picnic ground, where Northern Pygmy-owl had been sighted in the past. I was rewarded with a singing pygmy owl. I would be back the next day to see if I could lay eyes on this bird. The temperatures got so cold that night that the heat in my rented camper could hardly keep up. In fact, the water lines froze. Regardless, I was still headed back up the mountain to Sandia Crest. I wanted another chance at seeing Rosy-finches. The scene was about identical to the day before, except there was one new visitor, a Steller's jay. And then it happened. A flock of black Rosy-finches descended on the feeder and my camera was working. It was only black Rosy-finches and they only lasted for a few minutes, but I was satisfied. I had actually gotten some pictures and video. It seemed like just as soon as they arrived, they flew on, and so did I.
Well, I'm here at Cienega National Forest in New Mexico, and I just finished off my Owls for North America in the category of seen. So all 19 owls now have been seen because I just tracked down a Northern Pygmy-owl. Broad daylight, same area. The night before I had had one singing out here, so I thought I'd check it out during the day. And while I was hiking around checking the spot, I heard one. Lo and behold, he started calling. And then all the nuthatches and chickadees got all upset, and they all came in and started mobbing it, but it was really hard to locate exactly where all the commotion was. I ended up having to climb up a steep slope of ponderosa pine, not unlike what you see behind me here, and triangulate on it and finally get a view that wasn't straight into the sun, but it was straight up above me. I did get great looks, and it flew a couple times, but not far, and the chickadees told me where it was, so I tracked it down again. And the third time I tracked it down was the best. and I actually got looks at his face. He was looking around, and then he would look down at me, and mostly he was looking at the birds around him though and wasn't paying much mind to me. So I'm feeling good.
Stay tuned for the next part of my trip to New Mexico, Part 2 at Bosque del Apache Wildlife Refuge, as a part of achieving my 50-50-50 challenge.